Hello everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Paseo Pio.
Good afternoon, Ma.
Halo Penda.
Hi.
Maybe you can share about your experience about the summer course, because I think that you have a lot of the material from the outstanding speaker, right? Maybe who will share the experience, maybe what you suggest for our summer course, what your impression about our summer course. Maybe someone share anything. Yeah, please, Paseo Pio.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for allowing us to have this opportunity. I really like the yesterday's class regarding water conservation. So yeah, I learned about how to conserve water, the means at which people can conserve or deplete the sources of water for the case of the tariff. When the tariff is low, then people will spend water without even caring. When the tariff is high, people cannot afford to have water. And then if the tariff is standard, people can use water effectively. So that concept was very, very, very well explained. And I think in order to make a proper use of water, that's the very basic, the fundamental component to be considered. Again, understanding different nations and their willingness to preserve water. How did they come up with the idea of preserving water, and how does the AI helps to predict the future trends in availability of water? Yeah, it has been a nice, a very nice lesson to me, by the way, and I enjoyed the lesson, by the way. Although the first class I attended, it was very long class. That day I was coming from presenting my thesis, so I was very I was very tired. The first one during the sixth class, because I started with the sixth class. I'm coming from UIII, so the sixth class on Monday, I was very tired. I couldn't even understand like some of the concepts, and it was like every time we should have like a quiz. I don't know what did I score for that quiz, by the way, but it has been a very nice. It has been a very nice opportunity to be here. It's a very nice idea, and I think at the end of this summer course, I'll be a different person, because I'm coming from a blend of information technology and now doing political science. And if I'll be getting this agricultural course, like it will be a blend of three things right now. So from information technology to political science to the blend of the use of land and then proper use of water, agriculture. So I think at the end of the time of this semester of this summer course, I'll be able to blend like how do I use information technology to predict for the future agricultural trends? How can I use my knowledge from political science to inform the society? Like how is it going from information technology trends, like predicting the future trends of agriculture, the integration of agriculture into the society, and then come up with an idea or maybe writing a paper that combines the information, social sciences, and agricultural properties. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Pio. I think that your nickname is Pio or Pesio?
I would prefer to be called Pio because Pio is so powerful. So Pio.
Pio, yeah, Pio. Thank you so much for your summary about our summer course, and then I'm happy to hear your summary, and then you got lots of the knowledge, right? Not only about the from the agriculture, but the context, maybe the global context also, and then like from the ocean, maybe for did you attend for the conservation for the marine conservation with the Hollywood from Oxford? I think that you didn't attend, right?
Yeah, for that one, I'll be reading online because for students from UIII, we came
Okay.
we came late. Yes, we came late, but we are reading from the online recorded programs. But before I tried to, when I came to Indonesia, Indonesia is so beautiful. So when I came to Indonesia, I was attending some of the courses, like small courses, together with some of the organizations which are found in Indonesia. And so we sometimes went to clean the beach. We went to plant some trees. It was so nice, and I could have time to learn about marine conservation, like the mangrove. It was so nice. So this time around, I think this summer course will enable me to understand it more, because for those times it wasn't like a course, it was just an attendance. Like we have this practice, we are going to practice planting trees, but this time it will be like from the class, like how we do right now, and then if God wishes, inshallah, maybe we'll be meeting physically, and then we'll go to try to find those places as the timetable shows.
Okay. And
Yes,
then where are you from, Pio?
I'm coming from Tanzania.
Oh, Tanzania. Okay.
Yeah, Tanzania is in East Africa.
Yeah.
It has like in East Africa we are bordered with the Indian Ocean, so we have archipelagos also. So like Zanzibar, Kilwa, we have islands also.
Okay.
So this knowledge will transform me to how I can deliver the knowledge that I've gained from Indonesia to Tanzania, because we also have the sea, the ocean there. So we also have the marine vegetation. So it will be better for me if I get this knowledge and then transform it to to inform Africa and Tanzania how to preserve the environment, how to do cultivation alongside the marine area, how to conserve the marine environment for the sustainable development. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Pio. Today, welcome to the Dr. Thanawit Bunsit. Hello, Mister. Nice to meet you.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, yeah. Okay, thank you so much for you join today for our international summer course, Department of Resource and Environmental Economics. I'm Lely. I'm a lecturer at ESL, and maybe we can start, right, Dr. Bunsit?
Okay. Let me
Okay.
check. Let me
Yeah.
check my file first.
Oh yeah. I will share, or you will share your PPT.
Yeah, I can share by myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our international summer course. It is my honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed speaker for today, Dr. Thanawit Bunsit. Dr. Bunsit currently serves as head of economics department and lecturer in economics at the Faculty of Economics and Business Administration, Thaksin University in Songkhla, Thailand. He holds an impressive academic background, having earned his PhD in economics and in MR in international development from prestigious University of Bath in the United Kingdom, as well as a Master of Economics from Sri Naharin Wirot University in Bangkok. Dr. Bunsit is a widely published global expert whose research primarily focuses on the economics of happiness, subjective well-being, agriculture economics, and microfinance. His extensive professional journey includes delivering keynote address and guest lecturer worldwide, spanning countries such as UK, Brazil, Poland, Malaysia, and Indonesia. Furthermore, his commitment to academic excellence is highlighted by his international research collaboration and his role as an AUNKA assessor. He also published extensively in top-tier academic journals. Today, we are fortunate to learn from his deep expertise and global insight about the from battlefield to food system. Please join me in giving a warm virtual applause to Dr. Thanawit Bunsit.
Okay.
Yeah, without further ado, the screen is yours, Dr. Bunsit.
Okay. Thank you so much for the introduction. So thank you again for giving me this opportunity to share my experience about Thailand to you. I have been to IPB once, and I hope in future I can visit you again. So last year I gave a talk already in this topic in the about link to Thailand tourism, but this year I try to link this the topic food security and biodiversity to the present event about the war. So let me share my slides. Okay. Okay, I hope you can see my slide. Okay. So today I will, can you see my slide?
Yeah, clearly.
Okay, so I would like to talk to you about the situation at the moment. You know that we have lots of conflicts around the world. So from that conflicts, it will affect our food security, our biodiversity in ASEAN, in Thailand, in many countries around the world. So let me discuss about this topic, right? So from the war at the moment is far away from Thailand, more than 80,000 kilometers, right? But why? this affect the price of rice in Bangkok, and lots of problem, lots of question happen from this situation, right? So there are people asking about why the price of oil can affect our production, and how biodiversity and food security connected to the supply shock, and how can we in Southeast Asia can prevent this from this situation. Of course, in the past, maybe the world is not connected like at the moment, but now, because of the complexity of the world, the link between different countries, the geopolitics, and the link because of the trade between countries, be difficult to detach one problem to another problem. So when we have the war, so it's affected the price of oil, and then affected our food price, and then affect the supply of our products, right? So let's see the map. So you know that we have for a couple of years already, we have the problem between Russia and Ukraine, right? It's far away from Thailand, but this affect our price of the fertilizer market of Thailand, because we import a lot of fertilizer from Russia. And in the Middle East, we have we get the impact from the war in the Middle East tensions. So this affect our energy market, the oil price, and then our cost of production of our agricultural products. The Hormuz problem, the Red Sea shipping disruption, this create the difficulty of the trade between the oil price is increasing, right? So this affect our transport costs. So our price is increasing a lot during the Middle East tension. So in macroeconomic shockwave, we can see that the geopolitical conflict between countries far away from Thailand, this affect the oil price to increase in a very short time. And then this affect the transportation cost, and increase the cost of fertilizer of Thailand. And this for sure affect directly to the farmers' cost. And the food price now in Thailand increasing a little bit. Not we still is still okay, but we don't know that how long of this problem gonna last. But this for sure, the food price increasing, this will reduce the purchasing power and the food security of Thai people, and for sure, it will affect other countries as well in ASEAN, right? So we still have some other difficulties of this affect the global supply as well. For example, other global dependency on Russia and Ukraine products such as wheat, maize, sunflower oil, fertilizer. This affect our cost of production is increasing. So the market reaction is how we can cope with this. Maybe in the short term, we can not do anything. We have to increase our price. But in the long term now, our government and farmers now try to find out how to cope with this rising of our products and inputs and some agricultural products. Compared to other countries in ASEAN, so you can see that Thailand has very high export. We have lots of export to many countries of our agricultural products, and we have high input independence from Russia, from country in the Middle East, especially the crude oil, right? So we have a big impact from the fertilizer costs, and this going to have a influence on the agricultural products price. For other countries, for example, Vietnam has a maybe low cost than Thailand, but they have to fix this internal production cost as well. For the Philippines, they have extreme vulnerability due to heavy reliance on rice imports. So another situation than Thailand, we export a lot of rice, but the Philippines, they import lots of rice. So the problem is different. In Malaysia, they have a highly export through fertilizer and livestock feed imports. And Indonesia, of course, you have some difficulty of the cooking oil and rice import, export restriction, and of the region. So this kind of vulnerability is very clear that it's come from the geopolitical problem and conflicts between countries that we mentioned before. And for Thailand, we have other vulnerability, right? We have input shocks from the fertilizer price. We have the problem of demographic factor. Nowadays in Thailand, we have a high, rapidly growth in the number of elderly people. So we are in the aging population scenario. We have more and more elderly people, and we have very low fertility rate. So number of workers, number of young people is reducing compared to the proportion of elderly people. So now this kind of demographic factor can affect our production system in the future as well. Another stress is from extreme climate change. We have very long period of time of drought, and we have a very heavy rain, large amount of water of rain during the rainy season. So this climate change, extreme climate, can affect the damage of our products in many parts of Thailand. For example, the central part of Thailand, that is the main rice production of Thailand. So because of the flood and drought during the year, so we lose lots of our products. Another difficulty is the energy problem. So at the moment, we have a high independence on imported energy, and we have to find out a way to use renewable energy. At the moment, our government tried to deploy lots of schemes for using renewable energy around the country. And the last one is the vulnerability about the biological erosion. Loss of biodiversity is reducing because of the we use lots of chemical. We need to try to find a balance to decline the agricultural biodiversity and ecosystem resilience, which we can see from lots of examples of other countries. For example, Sri Lanka, they have lots of shock, lots of regional warning as well from this vulnerability. So in terms of Thailand, we are lucky that we have very lots of variety of food and lots of agricultural products. We improve lots of productivity in different kind of our crops. So the food security in Thailand is still in the level that is not a big problem during the war, during these conflicts. The validity of our food, our agricultural products still fine. We have lots of variety of products around the country, and people can access to a variety of food, and they still have purchasing power is still high, still okay, because the cost of living, the cost of production is not high too much compared to the last year. For the oil price and the fertilizer price increase, but that affect to the price, but not a lot. Not the government has some policy. For example, the policy that support the consumer behavior. For example, the government nowadays, at the moment, this month and last month, launched another program called Thai Shoi Thai. It means the government gives some budget to 60% to consumer, so consumer can reduce their expenditure about 60% of their spending. Another advantage of Thailand is the utilize of our products, our food. We have lots of variety and lots of nutrient products, and it's very diverse. Our Thai food very diverse, and people can choose the local product that is very clean, very safe, and very healthy. The last one is stability or the stock of our cultural products. The government and local organization now try to maintain availability of products, the exchange and utilization, and they try to monitor to make sure that in the future we have enough food security, enough food for everyone. And to make sure that we are very resilient to any kind of global shock in the future, so we have to make sure that we are resistant to the flood, to drought, any kind of climate change. We need to control and the quality of the soil, the pollination system, and the pest control in terms of, for example, the pesticide level. In Thailand, for sure, we use lots of chemical, lots of pesticides. So at the moment, we have to apply some policy or some scheme to control this, to make sure that our food very safe and it's sustainable in the future. So recently, we use a lot of chemical in terms of pesticides and fertilizer. So the cost of production is quite high. This shock actually is make us to think about, okay, we need to make sure that our production cost reducing. So we have to think about new ways, sustainable way of doing agriculture. So maybe we try to not to do the monoculture. We have to make sure that we don't have to destroy more of our forests, our nature. We have to reduce the number of chemical. At the moment, our agricultural ministry try to encourage people to use organic pesticides or try to use their own pesticides or fertilizer that is very organic, try to not to harm local species and control alien species from other countries. And the impact in the local area, we try to reduce the impact from the high price of the oil or high price of fertilizer, using local products, using organic products instead of chemical, so we can reduce that kind of harming the biodiversity. And another thing is we have loss of mangrove areas. So another way to preserve our diverse biodiversity is to preserve the mangrove area, mangrove ecosystem. For example, like there are lots of projects of protecting the seagrass in the southwest coast of Thailand, and we try to reduce the any kind of activities or pesticide that can kill lots of pollinator in nature. So when we talk about the biodiversity, we try to increase the biodiversity, that is, make sure that we have more resilient crops and reduce the risk for lower production. So we can have more the diversity and food security in the future. So in the past, we learned a lot from, we have extreme flood every year. For example, in December, last December, we had lots of extreme flood. We have a very long summer, long time for drought, and we have problem of soil salinity because of the high rise from the sea. So this, we have to change the way we do agriculture. In action in the Thai community seed banks successfully preserve vital indigenous rice varieties against corporate monoculture trends. So in central part of Thailand now, we encourage farmers to have do farming with kind of integrated approach, like lots of variety of plants in the same area. So to make sure that we reduce monoculture trends. Okay, and for sure we need to plan for in the future. There are lots of possibility that lots of not only the conflict, the war at the moment, there are lots of disruption in the future. For example, climate change, extreme climate, disaster like flood or landslide or droughts, extreme droughts, loss of biodiversity, oil shock, trade restriction, water scarcity. So these are the livelihood that can happen in the future. So the farmers, the government, the entrepreneurs, now they sit together and plan for policy and scheme to help farmers to prevent for the next future pandemic or disaster. So in the future, the strategy that we can do for domestic resilience and to preserve our biodiversity and food security, we would like to reduce our dependence on imported inputs. So now the government encourage people to have their own organic biofertilizer to lower production costs for the farming, and try to use renewable energy, use other energy instead of dependence on only the petrol. For example, lots of farmers now, they change from using chemical to organic fertilizers, so we can reduce the impact from fertilizer from Russia. And we try to conserve our agricultural diversity using local community seed banks, using the indigenous crops, and try to expand our agroecological practices, wetland conservation in southwest coast of Thailand, and try to preserve the sustainable highland agriculture in rural project in north of Thailand, in Chiang Mai or Chiang Rai province. And another strategy is using the modern digital agriculture, smart equipment. For example, we use in many areas in Thailand now, we use AI, use drones to reduce the cost of production, to make sure we improve the yield precision using AI and IoT sensors, GPS for the water or fertilizing or pesticide. Using this AI can reduce the cost of production of farmers. And another key strategy is strengthen ASEAN cooperation. So Thailand, we try to establish the ASEAN Emergency Food and Regional Fertilizer Reserve, create robust networks for climate change, and we have some long-term food security on Japan's successful strategic food reserve and diversify import sources, not only to our partner, but we can expand to new market as well. Okay, so of course we have the global shocks, but to the local people, we need to make sure that local people can survive during these shocks. So food security is not only just producing food supply to the supply chain or produce product to the market. Not only that, but we want to make sure that we can produce food and for the long term and sustainable. And we hope that in the future, when the conflict finish, we can have more sustainable agriculture and international cooperation and expand our food security and biodiversity to the sake of the other country as well. So investing in biodiversity today is investing in food security for future generation as well. So I hope I want to do more discussion with you guys. So thank you for your attention, and let's do some more activity discussion about this topic. Thank you. Any questions or comments or suggestions?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Bunsit. Wow, so lots of the knowledge about the food system. Okay, now we will now open the Q&A. For all our participants joining us online today, please you can type the question in the chat box or use the raise hand if you would like to unmute and speak directly. Yeah. Who wants to go first? Please. You can, I think that this is a very interesting topic, and then about the food security intertwined with global geopolitics, energy market, and environmental resilience also in Sri Lanka, Indonesia, and the other country.
So
Yeah.
maybe first question, I want you to raise your hand. Maybe if you've been to Thailand. Thailand?
Mr. Bunsit, I went to Thailand in 2023 in Chiang Mai. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoy.
Have you been to the Royal Project?
Just for the workshop about the climate change from US Embassy. I'm the representative from Indonesia, Young Southeast Asian Leader Initiative. I enjoy 10 days in Chiang Mai. Great.
Okay, what about others? Have you been to Thailand? If you've been to Thailand, you can put your hand up. Raise your
Come
hand.
on. Who want to
Thailand.
go to Thailand?
But if you've never been to Thailand, you are welcome to visit us in Songkhla province. Songkhla is in the south of Thailand. So if you want, you can just contact me and let me know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can come here and learn more about Thailand, about Thai products, Thai food. You can learn a lot about our food security and our diverse products in Thailand. Yeah.
How long from Bangkok? How long to
From
Songkhla?
Bangkok to Songkhla is you can fly for 1 hour 20 minutes.
Okay. Because I just transit in Bangkok. One
Okay.
night I stay there in Bangkok and then go around to Bangkok.
Okay.
One day maybe I will go to Songkhla.
Sure. And if you are from Malaysia, you can, from the border of Malaysia to my university is only 1 hour. So you can just go to the border of Malaysia and we can pick you up from the border. Yeah.
Okay. Come on.
Anyone? any questions about Thailand or about the situation, or you can share
Yeah.
anything? Yeah.
Abdul Qadir Aminubisi. Yeah, the screen is yours.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
I would like to ask Mr. Thanawit, right? I don't know if I pronounced the name right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, Thanawit. Yeah.
Okay. So actually, my question is, I wanted to know if, because you asked us like to explore more about Thailand, to know more about university and also a lot of things. Like you see in Indonesia, we have a lot of things like from the IPB university like programs. So through that programs, we have the chance like to visit universities. Like for us as international student, with that chances, we get the chance to explore, see the cities, and get to know a lot of Indonesian culture. So my question is like in your university and also in Thailand, did you have programs like this that give chances to foreigners or student, most especially those with the interest in maybe specific programs to have like some certain course or programs? Thank you so much. This is the question I have.
For our university, we are very flexible. We welcome all international students. So if you want to come to my university, you can visit us just a short term. At least maybe you can come for 2 weeks or uh, month or a year, 1 semester. So we are very flexible. So if you want to come like a short visit, yeah, you can. You can come like 2 weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks. Yes, we can provide you the transport and accommodation for you. But the transport from your home to Thailand, maybe you have to pay by yourself. But we can provide accommodation and some the transport during at the university. Yeah,
Okay, great.
and you
Maybe
can just
Vici, you can join. You can register something like that. Dr.
Yeah,
you
Daniel.
yeah,
can do
yeah.
the
Actually, I will contact you. So after the program, then you can explain everything. Thank you so much.
So if you have any question or you want to ask about you want to visit here, you can just email me. You can get the contact from IPB, right? You can get contact and you can email me directly. I can provide you some more information about come here to do short visit, or you can come here to collect data or do research, or you can sit in some classes, or you can want to do internship. You can come here to do training internship here as well. So we are open to all kind of activities. Yeah.
Great, great. Yeah, just Vici, you get in touch with Dr. Bunsir and all the other student. You can also
Yeah.
join. Okay.
And a couple of years ago, I think before COVID, a big group of lecturer and there are some students from IPB came here already. So I think you have a chance. You can come, and we are very flexible, so you can come anytime. Yeah.
Okay. How
Any question more
Vici?
about
Yeah, any
Thailand,
question? Vici?
about food, about
Yeah, actually, everything is clear. Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Okay, the others who just ask a question. Come on. Maybe from me, Dr. Bunsit.
Yep.
I'm interested with your presentation. Maybe my PhD not about the food system, yeah. Not the agriculture, but about the marine, the conservation. In your slide, you highlight about the Sri Lanka sudden fertilizer policy. Shift a start warning for the region as Thailand looks to transition from the chemical to organic fertilizer to shield farmer from global supply shock. How can the government practically scale this transition? without causing a temporary drop in crop yields or risking short-term food security during the process transition?
So since the war happened, so the Ministry of Commerce and Ministry of Agriculture, they work together to reduce the cost of production of farmers. So the the first project is to encourage farmers to use organic fertilizer. So now around the countries in Thailand, we encourage farmers. We have lots of training, lots of uh, scheme to help to support farmers to produce their own organic fertilizer. So now the lots of farmers, they can produce their own organic fertilizer and they can use that for their farming. So it reduces a lot of cost of their production because normally we use chemical fertilizer, right? Yeah. So now we use a lot of organic fertilizer and yes, of course, we cannot. The organic fertilizer is the result, the output from using this is compared to the chemical one is not the same, right? But now another thing that we do lots of research and innovation. We try to increase the productivity of the fertilizer, organic fertilizer. So now it's good to have lots of research now. Even students in the university or the Ministry of Agriculture, they try to increase lots of, try to find out the way to increase the productivity of the organic fertilizer. So at the moment, we have lots of variety of fertilizer, organic fertilizer. And it's getting better and better because we doing the kind of trial and errors, and we do lots of experiments on that. So I hope in the future, if the government support did a lot with lots of budget, lots of funding, so we can produce our own organic fertilizer industry, make it like a big industry, and we can reduce substituted import of the fertilizer from Ukraine, from Russia, or from other countries. Yeah.
Okay, great. And then now, the farmer in Thailand using the mixed fertilizer, organic also, and also the
mix.
chemical.
We use both, but by using organic fertilizer, they can reduce the cost because now the price of the chemical fertilizer is very expensive. The price double than before. So mixing both can reduce like a big amount of the expenditure. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. Yeah, we hope the pure using the organic fertilizer, right?
Yeah. What about
in the future?
in Indonesia? Well, Indonesia, you I think you
Also
mix as well, right? Yeah,
yes, mix as well. And then for the local farmers, they try to make the maggots, that from BBF. Maggots. We call them maggot. Yeah.
And
How about in Thailand? The organic fertilizer from the poop of the cow or from where?
from waste. We use waste from
Waste.
from vegetable, from fruits, from different kind of plants. But at the moment, the very interesting one is from the fish. Those alien fish. In Thailand now we have lots of alien fish, lots of fish from Africa because people imported some alien species from Africa, like the black chin fish, and it's dangerous for local fish. So we try to use that alien fish to turn it to fertilizer, and that kind of dark black chin fish had very high potassium, high calcium, and when we make the fertilizer from that fish, it create lots of, we get a new fertilizer, very powerful, very effective, to increase our products. I cannot remember the name of the fish, but I will try to find out that. Let me check. It's called black chin fish. Yeah, it's from Africa.
Okay.
Any other
Yeah.
people want to share anything, or want to?
Osman, yes, yeah. The screen is yours.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum
Waalaikumsalam.
to everyone and to the lecturer today. So today's topic is very important because it's about food security, and also the some of the problems related to it, for example, the battlefield. So you would understand that food insecurity uh, leads to human insecurity, which in turn affects the lives and the livelihood and as well as economic of countries. But again, for the food security to be really in place, farmers need to have the technical know-how, the financial muscle to be able to ensure that the food insecurity would be mitigated. So, like in most countries, especially West Africa, you would understand that most people that venture into agriculture are the peasant farmers or farmers that are based in rural areas. So, I want to know uh, from the facilitator or from the lecturer how how do you think farmers can be empowered to be able to stand to ensure that there's no food insecurity from the perspective of Thailand and from your expertise?
Okay. In Thailand, so we have lots of scheme, lots of training for farmers or local farmers. So farmer, they can attend any kind of training in local institution, and this linked to our university, and we have lots of university around Thailand. So the university, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Agriculture, they try to set some training for farmers, so the farmer can attend this kind of training for free, and they can apply this the knowledge from the training to their own farming. And also we have the knowledge from our previous king, our ex-king, the King Rama the Ninth, of the self-sufficiency economy. So lots of farmers apply that theory from the last king and use it on their own farming. So they not only doing monoculture plant, they try to integrate lots of plants in one area. So there is a theory called new theory farming. You can search online, new theory. The new theory is we have to divide the land into 4 parts. So your housing, the pond, the rice field, and the area for plants and for poultry. So these 4 areas, you can manage your production and mix and match of your production using variety of plants. For example, in the area of for the crops, you can do lots of plants that you use a lot in for your cooking, for your daily life. For example, lemongrass, chili, basil leaf, the eggplants, this kind of plants you can grow in that area. And you have chicken, you have ducks, and the pond, and rice field, So you can mix of this, and you can. There are lots of local knowledge about how to integrate these 4 areas to make sure that you have all kind of plants, all kind of products around the year. So you have rice for the main product, and you have lots of vegetable herbs to sell every day, and you have the chicken and ducks to for the eggs and the meat, and you have fish from the pot. So this kind of scheme, this kind of theory, new theory of agriculture, this can help local people or people who have very small land can manage their products and their income in a year, or they can have income every day and in a long term when they have produced the rice or the other kind of plants as well. They can add more fruits in their area. They can have mango, or they can have other jackfruit or durian in their field as well. So nowadays, lots of people, they use this theory, and for their own small piece of land, they can manage to create income, daily income and monthly income and yearly income. So they are very, they can exchange their knowledge to their neighbor as well. So in Thailand, normally now they learn from themselves, follow this theory, and they can share this theory to their neighbors, or they can, if they don't know, they can join the training. They can join the training of from the government as well, or the training from the university. So I think Thai people at the moment, the food security is, I think we are very strong about this because we have variety of products in one area. In some country, I don't want to mention the country, there is some failure in increase the food security. They destroy their food security by stop producing variety of products. So actually, that is not a good idea. So in Thailand, we encourage farmers, local producers to diversify their products. They shouldn't produce only one product or monocrop. That is not good. They have to produce variety of products, at least 2 or more. Yeah. So this makes sure they can diversify their risk of maybe something happen in the future. They can still have another income from another source of their products. Yeah.
Okay, great. How about Osman? Any comments again? Still any comments?
Okay, I believe that question is answered. So my last question is like, amidst global shocks like COVID-19, and Ukraine and Russia's war and other global pandemics, you would understand that countries, especially countries in the global south and developing countries, face a lot of challenges in terms of providing food and also ensuring food security. So, how do you think developing countries can be prepared to withstand the challenges of food insecurity based on these scenarios when they happen? Because most countries struggle. For example, most African countries really struggle to be able to have sustained food for their population, especially those that depend on importation, not only on food, but importation of fertilizers, importations of insecticides to be able to help farmers and also help to and so sustain food system. Thank you.
Yeah, I think for luckily about Thailand, we are very lucky, right? But for example, in Africa, sorry, I have been only 2 countries, so I don't know much about Africa. I have been only to Ethiopia and South Africa. But from my reading, from my talking to my colleagues, yeah, in Africa, you struggle a lot about the food security. So I think in terms of in terms of Africa or in some developing countries, we need partnership. So this is one of the SDG, very important partnership from other countries. We need international aid and knowledge transfer from developed country, from developing countries, north south or south south collaboration. So Thailand, we are happy. We help a lot of countries as well in Africa, China or America, or lots of country, developed country. They help support lots of knowledge, lots of funding, aid to to Africa or other developing countries. So I think the important thing is the government need to find good partnership and need to transfer knowledge and transfer the international aid to support the developing countries, especially in Africa. And we have to find lots of research and lots of innovation. AI, now we have lots of AI, right? We need to find out, use AI, IoT, for example, drone. Yeah, we use drone for fighting. We use drone to attack Ukraine, use drone to attack Russia, use drone to attack Iran or Israel. That is sad, but we need to use drone, AI, IoT, GPS, all kind of technology for the agriculture as well. We have to use this knowledge transfer to Africa to help increase the number, the amount of products in Africa, in developing country as well. So, yeah, what I want to summarize, I want to say is first, the government to government collaboration, the partnership between countries, knowledge transfer, research and innovation need to go to developing countries to help them to be resilient to this in this hard time. Okay, so we need that. We really need that. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Osman, any comments again?
Thank you very much. The question is sufficiently answered, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
if
next.
we are happy, you know, to if you want to come and learn from us, we have very few students from Africa. So if you want, you can. We are happy to welcome you, student from Africa, student from Indonesia. You are welcome to come, and we can set some training, some workshop for you, or some field study to go to the field to learn about agriculture in Thailand.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Dr. Bunsit. Yeah, Osman, you can contact Dr. Bunsit if you want go to Thailand to learn more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Before PO, in the chat, there is a question from Abduli Sandeng. How can developing countries like the Gambia balance the need for increased agricultural production with biodiversity conservation while ensuring long-term food security, given the increase in global supply shock? Yeah, Abduli Sandeng.
It's in the chat, right?
Yeah, in the chat. How can developing countries like the Gambia balance the need for increased agriculture production with biodiversity conservation while ensuring long-term food security?
Okay, so I think what I mentioned already, that we need a lot of research and innovation. This is very important. We need to do lots of research and innovation, new ways to do the agriculture to increase our productivity need to increase. We need to lower our costs. We need to increase our products. So we need a new way. We cannot do the traditional way of agriculture. That is not enough. We need to do the new ways to increase our products. And in developing countries, we lack of fund, lack of maybe not enough research or knowledge. We don't have a new innovation. So we need partnership. We need people from the support from international international world to the other countries, to the partners to help. For example, Africa, I think lots of projects from Erasmus program, from Europe, they have lots of projects about increased productivity in agriculture in Africa already. So we need to expand our partnership. So maybe Thailand and Africa, China and Africa, the EU to Africa, the US, UK. We need to help. So this is one of the SDG. We need to create a stronger and expand partnership to help each other.
Yeah.
That is the only way to help this, to increase our products.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Bunsit. How about Sandeng Abdul? Any comment about your question?
Yeah, Assalamualaikum. The question is answered correctly. Thank you so much. Indeed. I'm
Okay.
so happy.
Okay. Next, Payo, Yo. Yeah. The screen is yours.
Thank you very much, the moderator, and thank you very much, Dr. Bonsit. My voice is here clearly?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you. So, as studying this from battlefield to food systems, I noticed one of the things pertaining to the political science point of view, that right now we have GMO dependency, and we have the food security problem coming from the angle of seed sovereignty.
Yeah.
We have GMO dependency and we have seed sovereignty, because right now we have companies which are producing seeds, and this has led to the new battlefield in the political arena, that big tech companies, they are producing seeds which cannot be reproduced. In the ancient era, we have maize or beans, which can be planted this year, and then you harvest. Next year, you have the seeds from this year, you plant in the next season. But right now, we cannot take the GMO to reproduce. So the farmers are basically depending on the agricultural inputs from big tech companies which produce GM food, GM products, or maybe GM organisms. Let's say we have maize, that a farmer every year should go, every planting season should go and purchase the seeds from the company that sells those seeds. So for this case, can you try to elaborate this? Because I see this is a new battlefield in a food security, because local and poor farmers can no longer have the ability to reproduce their own seeds.
Yeah.
So it's so sad about that, because business, they want money, right? So they want to make sure that they get your money every year. So you need the good products. You need a big fruit, big like a big very good quality of fruits and products, the crops. You need a big one before, right? Watermelon is very small, and from the GMO we make a big watermelon. We have everything is so big now in Thailand, but we have to buy the seed from them. So what you can do is this is hard for local people, for small farmers. So you need to, this is the responsible of the government agency, the government organization, that they have to find out a way. For example, in Thailand, we have the Thai, the seed bank. We have the organization that try to do research, try to produce very good seeds, very good seed for, and spread that to farmers for free. So in your countries, you need that as well. You need researchers, government agencies to do lots of research and innovation, and to provide low-cost seeds to farmers. But if you don't have that, so the it's quite difficult. It's a big problem for local farmers. So I hope that your government, the Ministry of Agriculture in your country, you need to do that. Otherwise, is for local people, maybe it's hard. Or maybe some individuals, researcher, they need to do this, and maybe they need to do and to provide good quality of seeds and in a low price to local people, to poor people. I think that is the only way. I hope the government try to do that as well in your countries, but maybe it's not enough, or maybe it's still they struggle as well because of the funding. So finally, they have to find a partnership anyway from other countries to help. Lots of countries they try to help. For example, China, Japan, they try to provide good quality of seed for free. I'm not sure in some countries in Africa you got that already, but in some country maybe you still lack of that. Maybe because of the government they didn't do enough, or maybe the government they kind of ignore this problem, or the government they don't have the way to link to new partnership. So maybe you need to do something. For example, another way I can recommend to farmers in developing countries in Africa, they need to set the group together. Now you have social media, right? We have IG, we have TikTok. So this is a powerful tool. You can set the group and do something on TikTok or IG or Facebook, and it will spread the news, spread the positive thing, or this kind of message you want to spread quickly. So that can be, for example, in Thailand now, when we want something, and in the past it's very slow. The government do everything very slow. But now in Thailand, when we want something, we just put on TikTok, put on Instagram, and it spread quickly to the news. And then the government, they cannot stop, they cannot ignore the problem. They can ignore a little bit, but now when it on the news, they have to do something. Otherwise, people are gonna complain and comment very nasty comments on social network. So the government cannot ignore the problem anymore. So I suggest that you can try social media. You use social media in a good way. This is the powerful tools, TikTok, IG, right? And make it very powerful. You can do the dancing, you can do something, and you can create some problem on TikTok, and then it can be viral, and then the government, they cannot ignore anymore. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure it gonna work in Africa, but in Thailand it works. We put something on social media and it go viral, and then government, they have to be careful. For example, corruption now in Thailand is hard to do corruption. It's not hard, but it's harder than before because social media, they can, watch them every time.
Yeah, great. I agree with you, Dr.
Yeah.
Munzit, because
Like TikTok.
the power of the social media, the power of TikTok.
I think it's the same in Indonesia, right? You have TikTok and IG a lot,
Yeah.
right? You can put lots of pressure on social network. Yeah.
from the villager and so from the citizen. Yeah. Now the TikTok, now the AG, right?
Yeah. Put everything on the news. If you make it big in the news, they cannot ignore the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Pio. Any comment about your question?
Yes, I agree. Dr. Busit, but the problem still persists because most of the farmers, they are so concentrated in farming. As we can see, the social media engagement and mobilization is done by the youth or the elite who can use social media. But when we are talking about farmers, and then to defend the farmers who are not having who are not having access to social media, that's another thing. Then I call this as a battlefield because even the governments themselves, especially for the global south and developing countries, most of the time they receive donor-funded projects from big tech companies, and those big tech companies tend to like impose a certain cause of colonialism, like a neo-colonialism to the global south by imposing some of the agenda, like, we cannot provide you loans if you don't institutionalize the use of this kind of fertilizer, for example, this kind of seeds, for example. So your topic today has enlightened me to polish more my research because I was working on seed sovereignty. But the problem is still there. Like the social media is so biased because for the farmers who are just fighting for their own benefits to feed the family for the daily basis, they cannot rely on social media because they think that they are losing time on spending on social media rather than being in the farms producing food.
Yeah, but my point is, first, to solve your problem is responsible of the government, right? The government needs to do this. The government needs to do something. The government needs to set some policy to help farmer. The government needs to find the funding, the aid, or the partnership from other countries, right? So this is the duty of the government. But because it doesn't work, the government ignore, the government cannot do anything. So the second option is social media, not from the farmers, but from the youth, from people in who use this young generation, or people in education like you, in university students, scholars. So this group of people, they have access to social network. They can use social network as a powerful tool to encourage, to stimulate or to trigger government to do something. They cannot stop. They cannot sit and do nothing, right? So we need scholars and young generation, the people in university like you to do that. So that is another option. But if no one cannot do anything, so we need someone in another option is maybe we need someone from NGO or from scholars, researcher. They need to go and help farmers. They have to go into the field and help them do some training or help them from their research, from their expertise. But it's a bit hard because young researcher or scholars, this is hard for them to just go and help. But at least they can do something in a small scale. But to do a big scale, we need a big, powerful government or something.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's very difficult. But you can try. Like you are in university area, you're in the university, in the academia, so you can try to push this. Or maybe you have your friend who are, you need to talk to someone in journalists, in the media, or make it in a big news or social, make it happen in, not, I don't ask the farmers to do that by themselves, but people like us, like students, all need to do this.
Okay, Dr. Bunsit. How, Pio? Any comment, Pio?
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Kunsit. It has been a very nice conversation, by the way. The way you presented the topic, the way you answered the questions is outstanding. And it's giving me a push forward to research more and have that voice to the people. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, but I hope the government, your government can, they have to think about farmers, think about the country more. So in our countries, we need good leader, right? We need good politician to help us, help people in the countries, right? Otherwise, it's hopeless. If we have a bad leaders or bad politician, it's horrible, right? We don't want that. I hope you get a good people to help you, right?
Yeah, I agree, Dr.
Thank you
Bunsit.
very much.
Yeah. Okay, next. Who next? So very interested.
What about Indonesia? You have a
Yeah, Indonesia.
difficulty
Come on.
now. I think Indonesia
Okay.
is fine.
Yeah,
I want to
Hakim
say something.
Cendekia. Yeah, Hakim Cendekia.
Last 2 weeks ago, I went to Banda Aceh with my student.
Ah,
Me
okay.
and 13 students, 14 of us, we went to Sekolah University and we did a lot of exploration, learned a lot in Banda Aceh. So we learned that you have lots of variety of food as well. You have lots of food. We have lots of products in Banda Aceh. Yeah. So, for example, I like the coffee. You have lots of
Yeah, Gayo
good
Aceh.
coffee.
Gayo.
You have good rice. You have lots of rice field. You have lots of very good quality of rice, and you have tempeh, very good source of protein. So
Yeah.
I think Indonesia, you're very lucky. You have lots of products, but still, in Belajar, I think the cost of product is not high, not a big problem yet. So luckily, but I'm not sure in Jakarta, in Java Island, I'm not sure is the price increase or is it
More expensive for the price. Yeah. In the in the district, I think that cheap, Dr. Bunsit. Yeah, and then in area in Indonesia, lots of the kind of the food. Okay, the local food. You have to try.
Okay.
Okay, next Hakim Cendekia first, and then after that Usainoka. Yeah, Hakim, the skin is yours for please. Sorry, Hakim, hello.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Bonsit, for the what I can say compelling lecture. It opened up a lot of insights for me about geopolitics and how it relates to agriculture and stuff. Okay, so I would like to ask about the possibility of the diversification of food sources. Like as we can see in Southeast Asia or Asia in general, we are very the general we are very dependent on rice as a food source. And back in the New Order days, in the 70s, New Order regime days of President Suharto in the 60s, 70s in Indonesia, he implemented a government policy of maximizing rice production because rice is a national identity for Indonesia. So maybe I've read from some sources that there's a possibility of the diversification of food sources. Like we can, maybe Asian countries can make use of food sources such as like soy or corn or sorghum as an alternative for rice, which can improve food security, especially in times of global conflict like this, and the trading world is very uncertain, is in deep uncertainty. So I would like to hear your stance about this diversification of food source. Maybe could it really work in our Asian society, or maybe it will have a little some kind of a problem with many the cultural aspects of the Asian people. Thank you.
For sure, is the food diversity is important, and you have to. There are many factors of how we're going to grow the food, how much, and how many plants, how many crops we need. It depends on the import and export demand, right, and supply. So if we produce a lot of rice and we have enough rice for our countries, and we have left lots of rice left, so we can first stop for the maybe other year, or we can export them to other countries, right? And if we want to increase other crops, right, we have limited, because in economics we have limited resources, right? We have limited labor, we have limited technology, we have limited land, we have limited water. So we have to plan. We have to plan. The government have, with the local people and private organization, the stakeholders need to plan what kind of plan we want and how much, and we have to plan that what is the balance of our production. If we produce a lot of rice and we want to export all of it, and what about local people? Do we have enough rice for local people? Sometimes we can export a lot of rice, and we can import rice as well from other countries to if the import rice is better or is cheaper to produce, right? So this can change over time. So it's about the planning and see the change of the demand and supply. So I think we need to plan and to find a system to monitor this. In Thailand, we have the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Agriculture to plan this, and we have a National Economic and Social Development Plan. We have the NESDB, the board, to plan for this. So we need to. It's difficult to say which plan is good to plan or how much, but we need to see the numbers. We need to forecast and see the demand and supply. And if any kind of product is not enough, we lack of that, we need more that, we need to support the government, the Ministry of Agriculture will support or give funding to producer or farmers to produce more. For example, there are some period of time we don't have enough rice in Thailand, so the government support people who want to produce rice. And for example, a couple of years ago, we have a problem of extreme drought. So the government has to ask farmers to stop producing rice in some areas, stop producing rice because we don't have enough water for rice, for producing rice. So they have to stop producing rice in some provinces. But the government will give them the money to compensate that. Okay, so this is it's not easy mechanism, but we need the funding from the government. We need the budget to compensate if we ask some farmer not to produce something, or we want another group of farmers to produce more things. So this is not easy task. It's a plan from all stakeholders and have to plan, manage what kind of crops, what kind of how much to produce. So to make sure that we still maintain the food security, the biodiversity. So we need to plan carefully, and the government, this is the responsible of the government, and plus the related organization, the farmers, and stakeholders to talk together, sit as a committee and plan for this. So I hope in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in other countries, you have this and you have to plan this. But if your country have a very bad organization of this committee, you didn't plan well, so that's going to have effect. It's like a chaos. You cannot manage to control the products or to plan any products like in some countries. I don't want to say which country. It's they mismanage this kind of thing, and the number of products is not enough. So they have problem hyperinflation in some food products. So I don't want to see that. We don't want to see that happen in our countries, right? So we need to plan well. We need to manage about demand and supply, export and import very well to make sure that we have enough food for our countries. Another point is diversification is very important. We cannot rely on only one crop or two crops or three crops. We have to create variety of products. In Thailand before, we don't have lots of products we don't have in Thailand, but now we have many kinds of products. We have dragon fruit, we have jackfruit, we have variety, more than 20 varieties of mangoes, we have papaya. So the government need to encourage farmers to produce variety of products to make sure that, like I told you before, the integrated farming, we need the products in one area. We shouldn't produce one plant, one crop. We need to produce variety of crops to make sure we have daily income, weekly income, monthly income, yearly income. So you can have different time of inflow income into your account. Today, I can sell this kind of morning glories or some basil leaf, this kind of herbs, so I can have daily income. For weekly income, you can have another kind of crops that can harvest weekly, and you need some products that can harvest in a month or couple of months, like papaya or some kind of fruits, and then you need a main products, yearly income like rice or sorghum or wheat. So if you encourage farmers to diversify their products, have variety of products in one area, that makes sure that we have enough food for people. For example, in rubber plantation now, it's not only one big land for rubber. In the middle of the rows of rubbers, we encourage farmers to plant some herbs, some leaves to collect daily, right? So these kind of plants in one land, maybe in between rows, we can plant different plants. We can plant different products, different crops. This not happen in lots of states in America. In America, they only prefer one big plant, big monocrop. Yeah, it's good. You can get lots of money, lots of income, but it's very risky in long term, in the future. And we have climate change, right? Climate change is going to happen for sure. So if you encourage to produce only one crop, not good. You need to produce more than one different kind of crops in one land. Yeah, this is a solution, I think. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Bunsit. Hakim, any comment, Hakim?
I guess that's enough. Thank you, Dr. Bonsit, for the
Okay.
insightful answer.
Okay. Okay, next, Kah, Ausainu Kah. The screen is yours.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you very much, the moderator and the professor. That was a very insightful deliberation. So just a quick one. I have one question, like based on your presentation and your expertise. So what do you think are the lessons from Thailand's experience when it comes to food security and agricultural system? So, what lessons from what Thailand experienced so far do you think could be adopted by other developing countries that are seeking to strengthen food security and build climate resilient agricultural systems? Thank you.
Well, so I think the most powerful and very useful theory is a new theory. Like I told you, the new theory from our last king. So in one land, you need to divide your land into different activities. So in one land, you need to not only grow one main crops, you need to leave the land with the source of water as well. You need a little pond. You need a land for poultry. You need another land for some plants, some herb, fruits, and when you divide the land into different section and you grows more than one crops, make sure that you have, like I said before, that you have income every day. You have daily income, weekly income, monthly income, and yearly income. So this make sure that you have sustainable income. Plus, you have very variety of food for your family, and the rest, if you cannot consume all of your products, you can exchange to your neighbors or you can sell your products. So first thing first, you have your own land and you plan this, you have this kind of agricultural activity for yourself. We call self-sufficient economy, just for your family first. And then when you grow enough and you have more products and you cannot consume all of them, you can sell to your neighbors or to the local market. If you grow more and more, you have more time, you grow more products. Now you can do some preservation, you can do some new high value products, increase the value of your product. You can preserve it, you can change to another new snacks or new products, and then you can sell in a higher value. For example, you have mango, right? You at the beginning you just plant mango for your family, and then you have more time, you grow more mangoes, you have a lot of mango, more mango, you cannot eat all of them. You can exchange with your neighbor or you can sell to the local market. And then year by year, you have a lot of mango trees. You have a lot of mango products. You can sell and you can do many things. You still have enough mangoes. You can preserve it. You can do dry mango. You can do sun-dry mango. You can do the mango jam. You can do the mangoes snacks, and then you can sell it in the market in a higher price because it's increase the value of your mango. So this is like a step of your production. You can choose which one you want. If you want to stop only for yourself, you don't have to grow that much. But if you continue doing that, you can make your activity grows until you can export or you can do something big. But you can choose what you want. So this kind of agricultural plan agricultural approach, you can do from small scale to big scale. Depends on your time, your resources, your input, your activity, your preference. Yeah. You can search on Google the new theory from Thailand. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Munsit. How, Kah? Any comment, Kah? Hello?
Okay.
Okay.
Terima kasih.
Okay. Next, Aina Azamat.
Yeah, okay. Sir, I would like to ask, like, how can economics help students, how will it help them in rural areas or touristic areas? Like, how can we help knowing about these economics, using economics?
Sorry, say again, how to use economics for?
You mean that this economic concept or what? Sorry, Aina?
No, I wanted to ask, like, how can students use economics to help solve, like, maybe problems in tourism areas or rural areas?
Okay. You mean to apply economic theory to help improve
Yeah.
tourism in rural, right?
Help tourist areas or rural areas. Like, how can we use economics to solve some problems there?
Okay. What kind of problem? Tourism problem?
Any
or
problem, any problem that might occur in touristic areas. What can we use economics? What skill can we get from economics to use it to help solve problems if it comes
Because
in
your question is quite big. Because to solve the problem in tourism area, in rural area, there are many problems. And for example, can be the problem of income. They don't have enough income for their family. So we can apply the theory of economics to help improve their income. For example, the theory of the basic theory, demand and supply theory, right? And the production theory, consumption, consumer behavior. So we can apply this to help improve their income. For example, how to improve their income. So they have to think about the demand of local people, what the demand of that in that area, the demand of tourism, the supply of tourism maybe not enough. We have to increase the demand. So we have to set some new the tourist destination for tourists to come to the local area, right? For example, in Banda Aceh, there are lots of beautiful places in Banda Aceh, the Sabang Island, but why not enough demand? Why people don't come to Banda Aceh or Sabang? Because they don't know about this. So we have to promote. We have to increase the demand manipulation to increase the number of tourists, right? What about the supply? We need to create lots of, maybe we have to increase supply of accommodation, right? There is not enough accommodation or not enough restaurants or facilities for tourists. So tourists, they don't come to Sabang. Not a lot, not enough. So we need to increase supply as well. What about the productivity, the production theory we can apply to, for example, agriculture in rural area, how to increase the productivity. We have to reduce the cost. How to reduce the cost? There are many ways to reduce the cost. Using organic fertilizer, reduce the number of laborers. We can replace by using some technology, AI, to reduce the cost, right? And we can increase the productivity, how to increase the number of crops, the amount of crops, quantity of crops in the same area. So we can do lots of research, lots of innovation to increase the number of products, right? So In economics, there are lots of theory can apply. So when we want to apply economic theory to develop the rural areas or in tourism place, so we see the problem first, what kind of problem, and then we can apply the theory to solve that problem. Yeah, I'm not sure you can answer your question, but if maybe you come up with some problem, maybe issue, I can answer clearer.
That's still a very interesting and a lot of information that I'm not economics, so it's very interesting to know about this, what I can do, what we can do.
Okay,
Thank
so
you so
when we
much.
talk about economics is about we learn about the try to find a way, the opportunities to find a way to use our resources very effectively. We want to reduce our costs, we want to increase our productivity. So we try to find a way to, maximize the output. We use very low input, but we want to maximize the output. We try to find the best way. In economics, we have to trade off, right? If we do, there are 2 ways, 3 ways. We have to find the best way to do one thing, right? So in economics can help you to choose the best way to do things. For example, you have limited budget, how to use that budget wisely. So you have 1, 2, 3, so you have to decide. So economics can help you to find the best way to use that money, right? For example, you have one budget, you can decide to go to university, or you can decide to be an entrepreneur, or you decide to work in a private company. So you have to decide which one you want. That's why you choose to learn to go to university, because you think that if you use this money to go to university, you can get more money in the future. You get qualification. So that is you choose your option already. So this is economics already. Or if you go home and you said, okay, you have a land. I want to get money from using this land to grow some crops. What kind of crops you want to grow? You can decide. For example, you decide from durian, mango, jackfruit. So what kind of plants you gonna grow? So you have to think about the input you have to invest, the fertilizer, the labor, the water, the maintenance, everything, and the outcome, the output, you get the fruit. How much you're gonna get from 1 kilogram of jackfruit or mango or durian? Finally, you decide. In Thailand now they decide, okay, durian. I want durian because durian are very expensive in Thailand. So lots of people in Thailand invest their money on durian. Yeah, this is example. But you can think that, oh, maybe except durian. Lots of people grow durian already. You don't want to grow the same fruit like others because you know the law of supply. If there are lots of durian in market, the price will go down. So you will not grow durian. You grow jackfruit instead. Yeah, that is, you use economics already. This simple solution.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah,
a lot
so
of
if
things you
you
can do actually.
everything about our behavior in daily life, from in the beginning you get up until you go to bed, it related on economics because it's about money, about choices. You decide what to choose, what to do. So if you want to learn more, you can learn by yourself. You can check online. The economics is very easy, close to your life. Yeah, you can learn. Yeah.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, sir.
Any comment, Aina?
No, that was very
What
clear and a lot
What
of.
are you studying? What are you studying?
I am actually a communication student.
Okay, good. So you can use your communication skills to help others, right?
I was thinking about that. That's why I want to know other spheres.
Good.
Okay, thank you, Aina.
Thank you.
Dr. Bunsi, there is a comment in the chat. Thank you for the insightful lecture. As an economic student from Sudan, I found this topic especially meaningful because it shows how conflicts can affect country for beyond the places where they occur. I also found it interesting that Thailand is responding with short-term government support, the Thai Choi Chai program, which really caught my attention. And not only that, but also with long-term strategies. Thank you. Maybe you have any comments, Dr. Bunsit, about the Thai Choi Chai program?
Thai Shui Thai. It's called Thai Shui Thai. Thai Shui Thai is mean Thai people. Thai we help each other. Thai Shui is mean help.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, my students they love this scheme a lot because they get extra money from the government. So if you want to buy something, the government will support you some money, and you can buy things in a very low price. So, for example, yesterday one of my students, not one, about four of my students, they went to Shabu place, hot pot, hot pot place. So instead of paying the whole thing, the whole price, so they pay only 40% of the price, and the government pay the rest 60%. So they're very happy. They can eat the same amount of money, the same thing, but they can pay less. So this helps a lot of people around country, around Thailand during this hard time. So they pay only 40%, the rest 60% the government pay. So I think this is a good policy from our government, and this is from this government. This policy is from during COVID. During COVID, the ex-prime minister, the prime minister that at that time, the General Prayut, he come up with this idea 50-50. We call 50-50. That 50 is you pay only 50%, the government pay 50%, right? But this one is like a plus, it's like the new version of that 50-50. So it's called Thai Shui Thai, like a 60-40. So even better, you pay 40, government pay 60. So yeah, it's good. So this increase lots of demand, lots of spending in the country. So it's good for the entrepreneurs, the producer as well, good for the customer as well. So it's win-win situation. So this helps increase the demand. Even the price is getting a little bit up a little bit, but people they can pay. They increase the purchasing power for people. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, yeah. Rama, any comments, Rama?
Yeah, hello. I'm the one who wrote the comment, and I just want to ask a quick question. Usually, like those policies, for how long do you think like these policies can remain financially sustainable before they place too much pressure on the government budget? Because not gonna lie, this is like very interesting. Thank you.
So the government they know about this already. So we can get this until we have the limit. So the Minister of Finance, they monitor this, and whatever we do, we can have the debt, but the debt of our country cannot be over our scheme. The criteria. We have the criteria for the debt cannot be very high. Then we set the criteria already. But for some countries, they allow the debt more than 100% of their income. Like in the UK, even the UK developed country, UK has very high debt level, but they still can manage because every country have different financial system. The fiscal system is different. In Japan, they have very high debt per uh, uh, income as well. But in Thailand now, we are still in the level that we can manage. I cannot remember, but it's not more than 40% of our income. So I think the limit. I'm not sure the our Ministry of Finance set the target already. So we can support this scheme until we're not gonna get to the point that exceeds the debt income ratio. Yeah.
Okay. Any comments, Rama? Hello?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, I think that this is the one question again before we wrap up our session. Who? As Aina, you still want to give the question? Because you still raise hand.
No, no. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Okay. Come on, who? The last one? Panda, yeah. The time is yours.
All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
All right. Thank you very much, Prof. Bunshin. It was an insightful and interesting discussion that we have learned from you. And there were a lot of questions that were raised, and it was clear. And the topic of discussion today particularly is timely. As we all know, the geopolitical crisis, its impact on the countries, particularly in developing country. And there were questions that were raised regarding how can developed countries improve on their food security, and also how they can manage their resources, so that when we have unforeseen circumstances in our in the globe, it might not be a challenge. Professor Bunsin have talked about the importance of collaboration, particularly developing country collaborating with developed countries. But I have a concern when it comes to that collaboration, because when we face with geopolitical crisis, most of the time, these developed countries sometimes also are affected. So how can these international organizations help to reduce the price of foods in developed country? Because we realize that when it comes to the price of fuel is rise, even though when we have support, when developed countries have support from this international organization or developed countries, the price of food is still not reduced, it is still high. So how can this organization help to reduce the price of food in our country, in developed countries particularly? That's the concern that I have.
Actually, is very funny that is impossible that the government, they cannot, even they are from developed country. I went to do some project in the UK in February and March, and I found that the price in the UK is very high. It's increased a lot, and lots of things is double of the price from the year before. So I went to the UK to Bradford, to Bath, to London, and I found in all the city the price up a lot, and the government, they cannot reduce the price. So in developed country, I think the government, they realize about this, and they try to help local people or the people in the household by other support. They cannot reduce the price, but they can support by other scheme, the welfare scheme to the family instead. And in the future, if this happen, continue for a long time, because the war is not going to stop soon, right? If this maintain for a long time, the government have to do some scheme to subsidize the cost of living of people by reducing any scheme to reduce or to stop the rise of the oil price. Yeah, in the UK, at the moment they just let it go first, and if it maintain for another maybe a year or something, they have to find out a solution. But at the moment, they just let it go, and then they will find other support for people. Another interesting thing in Europe is in some countries they don't really have any influence on them because of the variety, the diverse of products. So they can decide, they can select to consume, right? You can decide to consume, to buy things that is not increased, local products or something that is not affect from the oil price. So for example, in the UK, they stop doing something, buying some luxury products, luxury restaurant. They stop going there, but they can do some simple food, simple product from the UK instead. So in Norway, in Finland, the same. They don't have any problem because local people, they know what to buy, what to eat, what to use from their local products, right? That very not affect from the oil price. So this is another thing that economists and people who know about this have to give information to local people, that you have to be wise, you have to use your money wisely. You can buy things that is not affected by this war. For example, Indonesia, you can buy something that is local produced, right? You can buy tempeh. Tempeh is still cheap, right? The tempeh or the food in local product is still cheap. You don't have to buy the product is getting more expensive. You can buy some local vegetable. You have lots of beautiful, lots of delicious vegetable in Indonesia. So local people, they need to use money wisely. This is another skill that we have to share our idea, our knowledge to local people that, okay, the price of ABC increase, but you don't have to buy ABC. You can buy KL products that is still cheap, right? You can decide what to buy. This is what I learned from the developed countries, that they know what to buy in this period of time. They don't buy things that is too expensive, unless if you are rich. If you are rich family, you can buy whatever, right? They don't care. If the price gone up double or triple, they don't care. They can buy anything. The rich people, they don't care. But for people who have middle income or lower income, so you have to think carefully about managing your household budget. This is another topic that we have to share to local people about managing your household budget wisely. So if you have 1 million rupiah, how you going to use this money wisely, right? Before we can use this, you can spend for anything, but now you have to be careful to use your money. That is more important, that if you can use money wisely, whatever in the future, you can survive, you can make sure that you don't have any kind of difficulties. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Bunsit. Penda, any comments?
Thank you very much, Dr. Bonshin. That was clear and interesting.
What
Thank
about you now, Penda? What kind of food you eat now? You eat, you change your food behavior? You eat the same thing, or you change, or the same? Or you from rich family, you can eat whatever?
Yeah, I think because I come from the Gambia, and
Oh, sorry, I thought you were Indonesian.
no.
Gambia.
Gambia. Oh, okay.
I come from the Gambia,
Okay.
and our breakfast most of the time we depend on bread. And during this war, like we were affected when it come to the flour. The cost of flour was high because we were importing it, I think from Russia or something like that. So when the price of bread was increased, people were complaining, like especially the poor people that cannot afford it. It was something that was really in our system But just as you said, we just have to adopt and try to look for other means. Like we start using traditional food like porridge.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea. So that we go back to our traditional local food. So that
Yeah.
is good as well. You can go back to eat something from your local. For what kind of porridge you have?
Porridge, we use this one. It's a cereal food, kus.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe it's a good time to maybe try porridge some days and maybe someday use bread. Yeah, so you can balance things. Yeah, that happened to Thailand as well. But luckily, we don't eat bread. In Thai
Oh.
people, we prefer rice. So we eat rice from local from local farmers. So it's okay. We eat local rice and vegetable. But bread, we can stop eating bread because bread it's not our main staple. Yeah, so we can stop eating bread because it's expensive. We can eat rice and noodle. So yeah, instead. But if you want to eat bread, maybe reduce number of days to eat bread and increase number of meals with local porridge. That can help.
All right. Thank you, Pa.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Penda. And then thank you, Dr. Bunsit. I think that's we have to wrap up because 1 hour, 2 hours, our discussion. And then thank you, everyone. That brings us to the end of our Q&A session. Our discussion today reinforce a vital truth. True food security is no longer just about the producing more calories. It relies fundamentally on global peace, resilient ecosystem, and regional unity. As we wrap up, let's remember that investing in biodiversity today is investing in food security for future generation. And thank you so much, Dr. Bunsit, to your wonderful, insightful, and then sharing your expertise for us. And then, yeah, we can apply in our country, Indonesia, Gambia, and so on. And thank you all to your attendees for this active participation and a great question. Please stay connected for our next agenda. And then let's give one last virtual applause for Dr. Bunsit from Thailand.
Okay, thank you so much for your attention for participating to this event today. Thank you for inviting me, and please, if you want to come to Thailand, contact me, and I hope to see you soon in Thailand.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Bunsit. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah.